And welcome to Good Talks. This is Gil.
This is Lou.
And today, or tonight, is going to be a doozy.
That's why you got your serious voice?
Oh, yeah, it's going to be a doozy.
And yet I sound so happy and chippy.
Yeah. Oh, man. I mean, I guess, all right, so let me start off by saying, if you haven't already done so, subscribe below on the right side. Show some love. Show some support. I mean, we have, how many episodes do we have? We have a lot, right?
What is this, a pop quiz? I don't know.
Come on, get with it, man. Yeah, this is we have a lot of good content. We have some interesting ones coming up real soon. So yeah, subscribe below. Check us out on goodtalksnyc.com. On Instagram, go to goodtalks_NYC. And yeah, today is a doozy. I don't even know how to start this one, to be honest with you.
Okay, let's start with what prompted us to even talk about this, or to even have a conversation. So I'm sure most people have heard about the infamous interviews. I forgot his last name, August Alinas, or
whatever his name is.
And
let's go August.
Yeah, regarding
summer.
Huh?
Summertime.
Oh no, but that was how many years ago?
I don't know. I'm just saying August, summer. That's all I was thinking.
Regarding his, I didn't even know what to call it. He called it, I guess, a relationship with Jada Pinkett Smith while she was still married and is still married to Will Smith.
I mean, so we're jumping right into this.
We're going head first. So this is what prompted this podcast today.
For me, it was more of I wouldn't say a realization. Because everything about a relationship, a marriage, is real. For me, it is about, what is that noise?
I don't know, but it's annoying.
So yeah, for me, it was about the idea, or I guess the relationships as a whole, and what what you can do to actually just damage your relationship. And after seeing this is one of the biggest things that just it just came to mind, and that was pretty much it. So I guess without further ado, we're gonna let you watch the video with Will Smith and Jada.
But it's just a snippet, right? It's not
the
whole
thing.
Snippet,
not the whole thing, but it's like a good 5 minutes. So if you haven't seen the interview yet, then this is pretty much
your introduction, I guess.
Yeah, and take some notes or something, because we have a lot. So either way, check it out.
It's a situation that I consider private.
You just feel like it ain't really nobody's business. Yeah. But now Black Twitter has claimed it as their business.
But,
I think you need to say clearly what happened.
As far as what?
You and I decided we were going to take our space, and what happened?
Yeah, and then I got into an entanglement with August. That's what I said.
An entanglement?
Yes. Yes.
A relationship?
Yes, it was a relationship, absolutely. I was in a lot of pain, and I was very broken. Now, in the process of that relationship, I definitely realized that you can't find happiness outside of yourself. Mm-hmm. And luckily enough, you and I were also going through a process of healing in a much different manner. Mm-hmm. I would definitely say we did everything that we could to get away from each other, only to realize that wasn't possible.
So what happened, Jada?
Okay, so let's start with, I guess about 4.5 years ago.
Yeah.
I think it was about 4 years ago. Mm-hmm. Started a friendship with August. Mm-hmm. And we actually became really, really good friends. Mm-hmm. And it all started with him just needing some help. Mm-hmm. Me wanting to help his health, his mental state.
Because for me, that was the thing when Og first came around, he was really sick.
He was really sick, yeah.
And the outpouring for him from our family was initially about his health.
Yeah. And I mean, we found all those different resources, to help pull him through. And from there, you know, you and I were going through a very difficult time.
Yeah.
And we decided...
I was done with your ass.
Yeah, you kicked me to the curb.
I was done with you.
Yeah.
Marriages have that, though.
Yeah,
Marriages have that.
Yeah, we basically, we broke up.
We decided that we were going to separate for a period of time, and you go figure out how to make yourself happy, and I'll figure out how to make myself happy.
Well, at that particular point in time, it was indefinite.
Yeah, I really felt like we could be over. You
know? We were over.
And then what did you do, Jada?
Well, you know, I think from there, you know, as time went on, I got into a different kind of entanglement with August.
I launched into an interaction with August. What do you feel like you were looking for?
I just wanted to feel good. It had been so long since I felt good. And it was really a joy to just help heal somebody.
Yeah.
I think that has a lot to do with my codependency, which is another thing that I had to learn to break in this cycle. Just that idea of needing to fix and being drawn to people that need help, whether it's your health or whether it's your addictions. There's something about that childhood trauma that feels as though it can be fixed through fixing people versus fixing me.
Yeah.
And I think that that whole process with Og really showed me that and taught me that. And I'm really grateful for that lesson.
Because I wasn't sure I was ever going to speak to you again.
I know.
Yeah, like the fact that I'm speaking to you again is a miracle.
I would agree.
No, but it ain't for the weak at heart. There's just certain things that you have to go through, and it's like...
And I wish, you know, I wish that wasn't the case. I do. I wish that wasn't the case.
I sure wish it could be all magic and miracles.
Yeah. You got to go through some to get the answers. You know, and I'm just happy because I definitely believe that you and I, we never, ever, ever thought that we would make it back.
Yeah, there's a real power in the just knowing somebody's riding with you no matter what.
Yeah.
And you really can't know that
until you go
through some stuff, you know. I don't want to go through this no more.
Yeah, no, I don't either.
Yeah. I'm going to get you back first, and then...
You're going to get me back. I think you got me back. I think we're good on that, okay?
Okay, that's probably true.
You know, and I don't think it's about getting anybody back.
No, for me it is.
Okay. I'll give you that petty if that's what you want. But, you know, I will definitely say it's just part of it.
Yeah.
You know, if you expect to be with somebody for a lifetime.
25 years and counting.
We ride together.
We die together.
Bad marriage for life.
That's terrible.
It's the truth.
It's the truth.
But yeah, it's just part of the journey.
I told you the first year we were married.
What'd you tell me?
That I can love you through anything.
And I didn't believe you.
Yeah.
If somebody looked through a crystal ball and said, this, and this is gonna happen, I'd be like, no way.
Yeah. You thought I was that I didn't have the girth that it was gonna take to ride with you through.
Yeah. I didn't know if you would be willing to find the deep capacity to love me.
Yeah. How am I doing?
You're doing great.
All right.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I honestly, I don't even know what to say, to be honest with you. I'm thinking to myself, Will Smith is looking like his heart was just ripped out of his freaking chest.
I have to say I did feel bad for him too in this interview.
Mind you, I don't know what he's done
before.
Yeah, I don't know what he's done behind her back. I don't know.
Or
I don't know what they're doing.
face. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm not too sure because I mean, obviously, she's not saying anything.
Mm-hmm.
She's pretty much taking a hit. That's what she's doing. She's taking a hit. Everything is pretty much on her, and she is kind of like praising him for even sticking around because, like he said, he pretty much threw her ass to the curb.
Well, what's funny, I thought, is that, and I guess it was a little refreshing that she didn't like hit right back at him and said, you did XYZ to me and this is why I did this to you, kind of thing. Not to say that her action was admirable at all. I'm not condoning it. I don't agree with it.
Right.
But at least she didn't try to like drag him down into it by saying, almost like blaming him or playing the victim on it. Because honestly, I don't feel like she played the victim. But I highly disagree with this whole situation.
I'm not too sure how one can recover from this, to be honest with you. I don't know how you can, I don't know how you can recover from this because, again, we're going to go straight down the list, man. This is pretty much, she cheated on him. She, I can't really fathom having to deal with that and then be out in the open with someone, or when someone, cheats on you, someone that you love. Mm-hmm. Now, again,
you're married to.
I mean, you can still be married to someone and have no love for them, to be honest with you.
That is true.
But if he is that person who is, like he said, ride or die, bad marriage for life. Well, I don't know about that one because, to be honest with you, her situation seemed a little deep. Like, not only did she physically cheat on him, but she also emotionally cheated on him. Mm-hmm. She cheated on him emotionally as well. So she got, she gave him a double dose. Now, again, coming from my experience, I've been on both sides of the fence. You know this.
Not in our situation.
Oh my gosh! Just yesterday, I was gonna say her name.
Screw
our cruise lady.
Oh man.
Well, she doesn't know about this. What's her name? Margaret.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, she's our cruise lady.
Here we go.
Obviously, I've been on both sides of the fence. Before we got together, I put everything out on the table.
Thank you for clarifying that.
Oh my gosh, it's almost like this is the second time you've done that so far.
Because I just want to make it clear that it wasn't during our time.
So this will tie into the having a relationship in the public eye, right? Because again, well, we'll get into that. But the reality is, if you're with someone and you put a lot of time and emotions and everything into someone, and then they go and they do something foolish, it just breaks your heart. It breaks your heart. Now, in their situation, again, I don't know what Will Smith's feelings were. I don't know how in depth his relationship with her was, but the dude looked like his heart was just ripped out of his chest.
Yeah, he like a sad little puppy.
And I get it. The fact that you're in the public eye and you have to, you're basically trying to do your own thing because someone else spilled the beans, right? So
allegedly for something that happened 4 or 5 years ago.
Right? Does it matter? Like, why does it matter who you were with? Why did he, August, have to even...
Well, that's why I told you I thought we should have watched his interview, and we didn't. Just to be clear, we never watched it. We've only just heard about it. So I don't know in what context he even brought it up. Or if it was that he was asked the question and he didn't want to lie, so then he spilled the beans. I don't know.
Right.
So that's the only bad thing. That's a disclaimer. We don't know how that interview went down with him and why he spilled the beans.
Yeah, I'm just curious. You know what I mean? Like, your life is your life, and it shouldn't. And obviously, you're going to bring other people down. And for what? Obviously. So we have Noor. I guess that's how you spell it. Noor. Saying need it for the money. Yeah, probably. Right? You need to be relevant. You know, you need to bring some attention to yourself. Make that bread. Who knows? And I guess, you know, if you're in a position like that, you know, that's kind of what you want to do. Bad or good, it's still publicity. But it's unfortunate. So now Will Smith and Jada Pinkett have to go to the Red Table, right? That's her talk show on YouTube, is it?
Red Table Talk it's on Facebook.
On Facebook? Okay, so now, you know, they have to do that. And the fact that they're actually able to have a conversation with each other while the world is watching.
Okay, just a side note. I have a feeling, obviously, that they spoke about what they were going to talk about at this Red Table Talk. Because, you know, I think that there was some stuff that they were a little bit vague on, and I think that it was done purposely. They weren't going to get all into everything, but they wanted to kind of clear the air a little bit about what happened.
Right.
So I do think that they kind of rehearsed it a little bit. Because let's be real, he should have been either a lot more angrier or a lot more sad looking if this, you know, was the only time they had this conversation.
I don't think it's the only time they had the conversation.
Well, that's why I'm thinking
pretty sure that dude was furious. I mean, like he said in the interview, he said, "I was done with your ass." Didn't he?
Yeah.
So I'm guessing at that moment when everything came about, he was pretty much done. And the fact that like she said, the fact that you're talking to me, you know, and I'm just like, yo, that's crazy. So you really have to, if you're out there, you know, in the spotlight, it's basically like, you know, you have no choice but to, I guess, you know, say it first, right? Or not say it first, but to pretty much get it out there before everyone else starts yapping and it blows up or something like that.
Yeah, I think they mentioned in the beginning of the interview that they had to kind of address it because it was being, you know, there was so much things going on about it that if they didn't say anything, it'd look back. Right. It'll look bad. So they had to say something. And this was, I guess, the way to do it contained. You know, let it be them talking to each other as opposed to a third person, an interview, and maybe something going wrong. You know, that person could ask the wrong question the wrong way.
So in a part of the episode or the interview, she goes on to say that she. What was that part? It was a long time. It was a long time of her not feeling good. So she wanted to feel good because it was a while. It's been a while since she felt good. And I'm thinking to myself, what do you mean by felt good? Emotionally, physically?
Yeah, like, tension.
Like, what is it? So it brings, you know, brings the question, the idea of open relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Now, does she want an open relationship? I don't know. I mean, as an entertainer, would that be suffice? Would that be good for you? If you're in an open relationship?
I would think, okay, so I think that's a lot of the, you know, celebrities or whatever. They do a lot of stuff that they try to keep out the public.
Right, of course, because although they are humans, they're human beings. They're just like us. They breathe, they sweat, they bleed, they shit, they whatever the case may be. They may be like us, you know, on that normal basis, but on the other side, they're not like us because they are, I guess, that famous word, even though it's not the complete one. They're entangled with with the rest of the
a new meaning to entangled.
Right? So that word is that entanglement. That's the word of the
that's the catchphrase of 2020.
That's 2020 right there. Entanglement. So again, they're you know, schmoozing with the money out there. So their lives are like totally different from ours. So the question is, you know, again, would you have an open relationship?
And it's so funny. I'm sorry. I know that we're not on video.
You're smiling because you want that? Is that what it is?
I'm laughing because I said, oh, hell no. Hell no. I cannot
so that's a negative.
Even fathom having an open relationship.
Why not?
Because, okay, so this is, again, we briefly spoke about this and we tried to save as much as we could for this actual YouTube live podcast. But I said, number one, I don't want anybody else. I only want you. Number two,
lies.
I'm a jealous ass person.
Are you?
Already
really?
Yeah.
No
I
way.
try to keep it under wraps. I don't let it get all crazy.
You don't let it
I don't
fester?
want to. Well, not really. And if things start to bother me, I do say something to you. And we have a way within our relationship that we try to make a little jokey joke out of it or something,
right?
To not make it so serious. But
like Margaret.
So, no, I'm sorry. I couldn't deal with an open relationship.
I don't know if I can deal with an open relationship either.
And wait, just to put the meaning out there, because again, there's different.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you what is an open relationship.
Well, I Googled it.
Oh, here we go. You Googled it.
I did Google it, and the official meaning of it's one in which both partners agree that each may have sexual relations with others. So it's not about like just talking to someone else. We're talking like full-fledged sex, but not emotions and not love. Because that is a different thing. That is called, say the word because I always mess it up. Polyamory?
Yeah,
I said it right. Yay!
Okay, stop
I know, I keep moving my little table. So I'm now moving the mic, if in case anyone hears that.
Yes, yes please.
So that's different than an open relationship. If you're in a polyamorous, nice one, polyamorous relationship, you're in a love or emotional relationship with a third person or possibly fourth person, because it could be each person has their own other person.
Right.
But an open relationship is just about sex. And nah, man, I can't do it.
Well, here's my thing. I don't think I can be in an open relationship either, unless I don't care about both of them.
So then what's the point of being a relationship?
Wait. You see, look at the word relationship. In my mind, a relationship could be anything, right?
That's true.
A friend with benefits. Is that not a relationship of some sort?
Well, that's the other thing I said. Why be in a relationship if you could just call it dating multiple people and screwing around?
But it's all, but look at the word. Again, it's just me. Maybe someone else, believes it's the same thing. But a relationship is a relationship, and it can be anything that is what it is. So I think I can be in an open relationship.
If you're not actually in a relationship.
If I'm not in love with either person.
So then you're basically just dating both people and screwing them both.
It's still a relationship. It's still a relationship of some sort. It's either that. Again, if I am talking to these individuals, to these females, if I am, seeing them every once in a while, if I'm hanging out with them every once in a while, that's a relationship of some sort. So, again, I think that if I were to venture into that world of an open relationship, it's just me being a slut. That's it. That's all it is me being a little slut.
A little slut?
A little slut. That's it. If I were 3, 4, 5, I'd be a big slut. It's as simple as that. But I'm not paying for it. I'll take him to Central Park.
You'd be a gigolo.
Just saying. But either way, again, I don't think I could be in an open relationship with someone that I love, because I'll be like you, I guess. There's going to be jealousy. Mm-hmm. Because I'm a dude. That first thought in my head. That first thought in my head is, how's that penis? How's that dick? I'm just saying, how is that dick?
How's that dick?
Is it better than mine? It'll haunt me. It'll haunt me. I don't care how. I don't care how confident dudes are. That's going to be a question.
Well, I guess on the flip side, for a girl, because I'm already insecure,
right, that
would definitely bring to light my insecurities.
Right.
Because I would think that chick is more attractive. You're more attracted to her than you are to me, and all that other mess. So yeah.
So my thing is, it all boils down to emotions.
Nice transition.
You like that, right? Smooth. I think emotionally, I'd be wrecked, man. Because again, it's one of those. Even if it's just a friend. Even if you have a friend, and you guys are cool, everything is great, the opposite sex, of course, or the same, right? Depending on what you want.
Nowadays.
So, well, it's not nowadays. It's technically it's been around for
yes,
forever.
But it's more in the mainstream right now.
Who brought you?
I'm sorry. I'm old school, I guess.
If you were to be in a friendly relationship, and maybe one person starts liking the other person more, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a problem. So what if that person that starts liking you more, right? It's feeling something, doesn't say anything, but then you go and you start seeing someone on a physical level. Oh, that's gonna hurt. So I don't know if you can have a true open relationship with someone if there's love involved. Isn't that one of the questions that we were asking?
Yeah. So while we were discussing this, we came up with some questions.
Is it really love? Is there really love in an open relationship? Do you think that there's love in an open relationship?
Again, because now since I read that little article, there's love between the people that are in the relationship,
right?
But that third person, which some people refer to as a unicorn, I thought that was kind of funny. Allegedly that third person, there isn't supposed to be love with that third person.
There isn't. Okay.
But I also thought, because in the article it kind of mentioned or alluded to the fact that it's not exactly fair for the unicorn, because they're kind of like the outsider, right? And so their, I guess, wants and needs are secondary to the couple, but they're bringing that person in. So I don't know. The whole thing is screwy to me. I told you, it literally gave me a headache.
That's more emotions, and that's more time that you have to, spend between the two, pretty much, right?
What do you mean?
Like, all right, so you have two people.
Mm-hmm.
If I am doing things with you, that means I have to do the same thing with the other.
So wait, you're talking about me being with you and the relationship, and then you're talking about being equivalent with the third person?
Right. Well, either way,
but that person should never be on the same level, because supposedly it's just about sex.
Right. I mean,
so why would you care about being equal?
Because
for them, it's basically you're saying, hey, meet me at this spot.
Right.
Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. And then you go back home. Like, what are you, dating? Because if you're dating that person, then you're kind of opening it up to something else.
Or suppose the sex is amazing and they want it all the time, and then you're just like, oh my gosh, like, can I see you tomorrow? I can't. I'm sorry. I got plans with my wife. Right?
See? And so, I don't know. This is why I think I have such a trouble. So I have so much trouble, like, trying to wrap my head around this.
You need a calendar. No?
It was just too much drama. I don't know. It just is too much to me. It's too much.
Oh, man.
And so, therefore, no. No, Margaret.
No to me. Man. So, I wonder, we've questioned this. Who feels it more when someone cheats? Do you think the guys feel it less than the woman? The woman feels it more than the men? Do you think it's the opposite? Do you think they feel it equally?
Well, we've had this conversation before.
Yes, we have.
Where we talked about that. And you told me from your, like, guy perspective, it's worse when a girl cheats. Because usually it's like emotional and more than just sex. And then when a guy cheats, most of the time, it's just based around sex or attention or whatever. Or maybe trying to get away from their...
You mean no emotions. It's basically, hey, you want to do this? Let's go.
Pretty much.
And then that's it. I don't want to cuddle. No,
it's like an escape, almost.
Yeah, kind of. But when a woman does it, it's because she's been talking to that person for some time. They have a history, maybe. She still has feelings or getting feelings or something like that. And then she decides to give it up. Now, I mean, it's not always the case. Sometimes, women are just like men. They're a bunch of dogs themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They spread them like nothing. Like wildfire. It doesn't matter.
The way you refer to it, spread them.
I'm just saying. They don't care. They don't think about anything. They just want the D. That's it. So my question is, I mean, I personally feel like if a woman does it and the man is in love with her or loves her enough, I think it's painful. I think it hurts a lot because because there's more to it. There's more to it on the woman's side, I believe. And again,
we also, when we spoke about this, we also said that more than likely a woman would forgive a man for cheating, but more likely than not, a man wouldn't forgive a woman because it's almost like they're tainted now. Like, and that trust, it's a big trust that's broken.
Right. And I think the longer you're in it, and if you believe in that person and that person, in your eyes, is not doing anything, and you believe this for a very long time, and then something happens, it shatters. Mm-hmm. It's a major glass roof that just shatters. Someone's getting cut. One or both. So, I don't know. I think, again, based on this, based on what I saw from Will, his face looked like he looked shattered. He looked like he didn't want to be there, but he did it, for the sake of them. She was just calm, cool, and collective like women are. I'm telling you, woman, you could scream your lungs out at them. And they would look at you and just roll their eyes and tell you in a calm voice, "Oh, okay."
I think that he is embarrassed that this whole thing came out.
Could be.
Because, like you said, he had to, forgive her back then when it happened, allegedly 5 years ago or whatever.
Right.
So he had to get over it at that point. And now he has to now talk about it or, acknowledge it in front of everybody else.
Right.
So I think he's like more embarrassed than anything.
Here's the question. Can you love multiple people? Do you feel like you can love multiple people?
Okay, so my answer to this question when you first asked me this is I don't think that you can love two people at the same time or be in love with two people at the same time equally.
Equally. Okay. Why not? I can hear you chewing your gum.
Oh, damn it. Let me throw my gum. Throw the gum away.
Hear me. It's disgusting.
Here. Thank
Putting
you.
it in my
Sorry.
hands.
I would think that I would think a person who, let's say they're in love with these two people, polyamory or whatever.
Sure.
They might not love them for the exact same reasons. Both people.
Sure.
Like,
of course not.
Maybe they have more in common with one and they're more sexually attracted to the other. I don't know.
Oh, that's not love.
Well, I'm just saying, again, I don't know. For me, I don't see it.
I think you can.
At the same time?
I think you can be in love with individuals at the same time. Or maybe still have feelings or still love for someone who is not with you. Probably
but
broke up or something.
Equal love for two people at the same time?
I don't know. Define equal.
When it equals, I don't know.
When it equals? Okay. All right.
I don't okay, I'm sorry. Explain yourself. Why do you think?
I'm guessing you have nothing for me.
No.
Okay, so for me, I think that, it's hard to put the in love, but it's easier to love someone, I think. I think if you're in love with someone, it's a deeper state. If you love someone, it could be anything. It can be, you can love your friend, right? You can love family.
Yeah, but we're talking like in love.
No,
not just like
the question that I asked was, can you love multiple people? I didn't ask.
No, but I clarified saying, can you be in love with multiple people at the same time?
We're gonna have to go back to
because again, there's different definitions of love, and therefore, of course, you can have
rewind.
Love for more than one person at the same time.
That was the question, Lou.
But that's like a cop out. I'm sorry.
It's not a cop out.
That is.
It's not a cop out at all. I mean, is it true, or can a person fall in and out of love with someone? Right? Do you think that you're gonna be in love with me until the day you die?
Yep.
Horseshit.
Nope.
I don't think that that's possible.
I think that's possible.
I think that you are going to get so sick and tired of me at the age
doesn't mean I don't love
50
you.
years old. You're going to be like, oh.
Remember, we have our little saying is, I love you, but I don't have to like you all the time.
This guy shits on himself.
Stop it. That doesn't mean I don't love you. Just because I might not like you or we might bicker or whatever does not mean I don't love you.
Right. I think.
So therefore, until the day I die, I will love you.
I think that you can be or rather you can love multiple people, but there's always going to be that one who's going to mean more to you than anything else. And I think when you have to decide on whether or not this one person that you love the most gets everything of you, I think at that moment, that's when, no one else really matters. You may still love them, but it's that one person who you probably, it's just everything. And I realized that years ago. And it's crazy because, of course, we have to go through our own shit, our own ups and downs, our own, pain and suffering or whatever the case may be. And I think, like I told you, obviously, and I shared this before, when we first met, I pretty much laid out everything on the table. I said, this is what I've done. And you took a gamble on me. You took a gamble. You roll the dice. And
it's funny because I've told Nasir I'm not a gambler. Okay.
Well, yeah. Well,
I don't like to lose.
Technically, we've gambled with our lives before. So you know my story. And I believe, honestly, that, again, everything that I thought about, before you, it was starting to come, I guess, into fruition, basically. And it was easier for me to understand, the value of love itself, of being in love. Before, I just took it, I took it for granted, which is the truth. I did. I took it for granted. And having to see some of these things that happen now, like with this, Will Smith and Jada crap, it's just, crazy. And I think to myself, going back to one of the parts in, that she mentioned, that it's been a long time since she felt good.
Yeah, and then that's a kind of vague statement. So good in what aspect? I assume when I first heard it, I don't know why I got stuck on the word happy because I think she mentioned it later about being not being happy.
Yep.
And so I thought she was referring to not being happy. And you were like, no, she said good. And we had to rewind it and rewatch it. And I was like, oh shit, she did say that. Yeah. So good is kind of vague. Like good physically, good mentally, good emotionally, good in a relationship.
I don't know.
Like
it was a couple of things. It was a couple of things that, kind of made me go, what the hell? Because, again, you're in a relationship. They've been in a relationship for 25 years, from what they said. It's a long time.
Yep.
Dude, we have...
8 years?
We have 8 years, man.
Under the belt.
And we're talking... Compare 8 to 25 years. That's crazy. That's what I'm saying. Do you think that you'll still feel the same way, where you're going to be like, oh, I'm so in love with this person? And, again, I guess, in order for that to happen... both parties need to be on the same plane, same road together, because people change over their lives. So one person, that other person is going to have to either, catch up or, be right there. Because if you have, both of them on two different roads, it's going to be hard. And I think that's where you lose your love and everything else.
Well, like they said, the road splits and then they go on different paths and usually in the opposite direction.
Right. And based on her saying that she's, it's been a long time that she felt good, it's crazy because now, she, after saying that she started a friendship with August, he came into their lives around 22 years old?
This is my other issue with this mess because I think he's not too much older than her son.
Right.
And, she's like double his age. And I don't know. I just feel like it was just wrong. It was just wrong.
So, I mean, here's the reality. I work in the education sector. I'm an educator.
Sure.
I've coached teams, boys volleyball, girls volleyball, boys football, and while coaching the girls, I mean, these girls are basically the same age as my daughter, right? Why? I'm perfectly, like she goes on to mention that, she started a friendship with him, and that,
trying to help him,
because I guess he came into their lives sick. He wasn't healthy. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, if you just want to help the kid, then fucking help the kid. Why are you even venturing into some sort of relationship with the kid when you know that he came into that relationship
not healthy,
unhealthy? If you really wanted to help him, then you help him, and then you send him on his way. You fix his broken wings, and you go outside and you fly, baby bird.
I'm sorry, you know what I'm saying? It's funny but not funny.
Like, just go ahead, buddy. That's what you do.
Sink or swim.
I don't understand. See, that to me is messed up, because she kind of brought him in and I guess nurtured him for her own nurturing. And while and I saw this on a post somewhere, someone commented, said this, while she's fixing him, she's not fixing her relationship.
Nope.
She's not fixing her relationship, and she's not putting the time into Will. And that, to me, is a cause for concern. She's 48 years old, you said?
Now she's 48. So
and like, you're now just realizing this?
So basically, we're about the same age she was when she messed around with him.
Dude, even before
you. So if so you said he was around 22? Nasir's 22 years old. So that's like me messing with one of Nasir's friends. By the way, Nasir's my kid, if anybody doesn't know. So that is gross. So yeah, the guy was old enough to be her kid. I mean, that's kind of messed up.
And the fact that she sits there and justifies it, you know what I mean? Like, I'd be embarrassed of myself. I mean, listen, the guy is of age, right? Would that be the same thing like a female? Like, if I'm a 48-year-old man and she is a 22-year-old,
See, well, I think that,
and
this is part of the double standards.
Double standards.
That, it's almost like it's more normal for an older man to date a young woman like that.
Public eye.
Except, but when it's a woman who dates such a younger man, it's so frowned upon. Like, I don't know.
So are you saying basically that because of that reason?
No, I'm not just saying because of that reason. I'm just saying you asked if it was the opposite, would it have been so bad?
I'm wondering if you're not giving the same sentiment, right?
I tell you all the time, when there's such a big age difference, I think that's gross.
I mean, they would look at it where, I don't know. I kind of think that I think it's more just, I don't know. I'm not even going to say it because obviously I'm probably going to get shitted on for it. But, I can't see myself, as a 30-year-old, 20-year-old with an 80-year-old woman.
Now, we're not talking 50-year difference.
Okay, fine. I mean, she does look good for her age, though.
So we're talking a 20-something-year-old guy.
All right, I was exaggerating.
With let's say, mid-40s woman.
She was going through a midlife crisis or something, and she wanted the D. She wanted it. She wanted some freshness.
Yeah, maybe he wanted, some spiciness of an older woman.
Mind you, the guy was not in a healthy state of mind based on what they're saying.
Okay, but wait.
Okay.
Unhealthy state of mind aside.
Okay.
So let's assume, or let's just say, for example, he was okay. No problem there. Again, isn't a guy attracted to an older woman who he thinks is seasoned? Especially if she looks the way that Jada looks. Because Jada, like you said, doesn't look her age.
And she's tiny.
Here we go. So again, back to the question. Regardless of unhealthy state of mind, would you have done the deed?
If I were him?
If you were him and you were 20-something years old and the chick was 40-something years old and established.
Like my uncle always said.
Oh, here we go.
Or asked, does a bear shit in the woods? Of course I would. That's a stupid question.
Well, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Because you're saying like if it was the opposite way, it's such a bad thing.
Well, what I'm asking you is it okay? Are you going to? Would you crap on an older man with a younger woman, or rather, would you crap on her, right, with a younger man like you would an older man with a young girl? Would you be the same?
Myself, so personally,
you
yes.
Okay.
I feel it's the same thing.
Okay, I get it. All right, fine, fair enough. I would hold you to that, actually. But
wait a minute. Okay. Fun fact. We were watching. I forgot what we were watching yesterday, and I saw something. Oh, we were watching Netflix, and you saw that. What was this? Lean on Me or Stand by Me or one of those.
Which one with Edward James?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
A negative times a negative equals a positive.
Okay.
That's the only thing I remember.
So we said, man, he's older. You know, like he's so much older now because that's such an old movie.
Orale.
He is like 73 years old. He has a wife who is like my age. He's 73. His wife is like 42 and she's Puerto Rican.
Is she attractive?
Yeah, she's attractive.
So you know what? That's kudos to him.
See? And I told you, I was like, that is gross because he probably got kids that are her freaking age.
I mean, yeah, I guess, but you can't stop love.
Really?
Right, fine.
So yes, back to your question, I do crap on it both ways.
Okay. I mean, I guess you won.
Thank you.
So going to this public eye that I said.
Public lie.
Public lie, I know, right? It is kind of hard to have relationships these days because everyone is always involved, especially when you put that shit out there.
Yep.
Right?
But wait a minute. So just to clarify, we were talking about this in relation to their relationship.
Right.
Because they're celebrities.
Right.
But. Right. It goes deeper than that because I think this is an issue for any couple because of social media, because of your friends, your family. Right. You don't want to look bad, blah, blah, blah.
Of course not.
So I think that it's not just about the fact that they're celebrities. It's just anybody who, kind of has their relationship out there and other people see it. And then stuff goes down and they're like, where did that come from?
Right.
So.
Or they know what's going on and they see certain things and they're like, they're whispering in your ear, like, what are you doing? What's wrong with you? Blah, blah, blah. Because, of course, everybody sees it. In this particular situation, as an entertainer, you cannot have a real relationship because everything you do is under a microscope.
Yep.
It's worse than a regular Joe, right? Mm-hmm. No one's looking at us like that. I mean, we put out the information out, on Instagram, on Facebook, and everything else. So they see what we put out there.
Yep.
In the entertainment business, it doesn't matter.
Well, it's a combination of them putting out their own image, but then sometimes
it's more
they get
with paparazzi
and all those people
to take pictures of you doing God knows what
exactly,
and then spinning the stories and stuff, to sell, magazines and and stuff like that. I unfortunately, not that I don't feel for them, but I do believe that there is an issue that she has. Again, just from the surface. Of course, who am I? I'm not a psychologist. I'm not no
disclaimer,
therapist.
I don't personally know her.
Well, I'm just saying, like, just based on whatever I'm seeing, of course, I'm wrong in a lot of things. I don't care. Like, so be it. I'm wrong for certain things. Call me out. No problem. I have no issues. But based on the things that she was saying in this interview, she's saying herself. It's not like I'm assuming or it's hearsay.
Yeah, it's actually she's saying it.
Her saying it. And I'm just like, yeah, that's crazy. Again, wanting the joy of helping someone, it makes her feel good. Well, I think you took it too far in this particular situation.
Well, and that's funny because I think I saw it on somebody else's Facebook thing, like, talking about this. And they kind of mentioned that I guess she has daddy issues or something. And that's what kind of is underneath the wanting to help people. So, like you always say that I'm going to go to heaven and stuff because of the amount of help I give to people. But
you do good.
I think that, yes, you do get some satisfaction out of helping people. But like you said, she went way past the line with that.
She did.
So why I understand what started out as probably something noble, where they were helping him and he was not in a good place. That was the noble part.
That was noble.
But then it went to the dark side.
Yeah, that's a little too much, especially on her end.
Once it went over the line, whoever was at fault for going over the line, because we don't know that either. Nobody says if he's the one that initiated it or she initiated it or whatever. However, it went over to the dark side is messed up.
I am wondering whether or not, based on what she said, when it comes to self-love, whether or not she doesn't or still doesn't love herself. I don't know. Based on this particular situation. I mean, self-love is deep, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm still in the process of loving thyself.
I'm sorry, I have to laugh because the way you phrase it.
I'm still in that process.
I was going to say, I think you love thyself a lot when you look at Nike.com and new sneakers that are coming out.
I don't love thy fucking pocket and then and bank account when that happens.
No, but on a serious note, yes. I think, I don't want to say I have an issue with loving myself. Like I said, I just have my own insecurities about myself that I know. So I don't know if that's the same. Is having insecurities the same as not loving yourself?
I mean, I think that's a good question. It's a good question. I mean, anybody can help us out with this if that is the case. Nor she just throws herself. She just throws herself because she doesn't have or doesn't love herself, is what you're saying?
Oh, no, you're going to have to explain that a little more about the self-love.
Yeah, I'm reading that self-love. She has daddy issues. I don't really believe that she doesn't have self-love, and that's why she cheated. I was just wondering or questioned whether or not that is the case, actually.
Or is it related, you mean?
Yeah, is it related? Could it be? Not sure, to be honest with you. And that's one of the biggest things I question myself when it comes to self-love, loving yourself. Because they all say when you love yourself, then everything else is pretty much gravy, right? You're good. All the decisions you make in your life are fucking spot on because you love yourself. I don't know. I'm not sure. So I'm guessing insecurity is a part of everybody, I think. Or could it be like if you are secure, if you're too secure, you're arrogant? Is that the case?
I think there is a fine line between being overly secure with yourself and coming off as being arrogant.
Right. I don't know. I mean, I think that's something that we have to continue to venture into, self-love. And I think at some point you have to kind of break away from everything in your life that's causing you some kind of drama, pain, and all that kind of stuff. All the white noise in your head every day, every minute, every hour. I think that's a major contributor to, your distractions and what you need to do for yourself. So I don't know, to be honest with you. I'd like to say that I love myself because if I didn't love myself, I would let myself go. And I wouldn't care about my overall health. I wouldn't care about people in my life. I wouldn't care about my, mental state. I'd off myself if I didn't care, if I didn't love myself, I would think. Maybe that's a surface thing. I don't know. Maybe it's something that I need to think about more. But I don't want it to be something where I am going to rack my brain over or, just continue thinking, asking myself, am I loving myself enough? Like, what does that mean? What does it mean to you? You're just staring.
Because I don't know. I keep thinking like, I don't know. I think I guess I'm having a little bit of a difficult time with the whole subject because, like, in one aspect, I think, like you said, there's a line between loving yourself too much and it coming off as being arrogant or self-centered. But then I thought, okay, so if you're
not being secure enough, not the loving yourself. Secure. Like if you're so secure with yourself, you're like, yeah, I'm good. I'm fine. You know, I got money. You know what I mean? That's secure.
So yeah, like you said, arrogant.
I got a big Johnson.
Johnson. But then you think about people that tend to be selfless when they, you know, kind of go over and beyond for other people. Does that mean that they love themselves any less?
Right.
Because they put other people before them? So that's why I guess I've given you this blank look, because I'm like thinking about it as you're talking about it. So yeah, I don't know.
It's pretty deep, right?
Yeah.
This whole damn
very
thing
introspective.
Is deep. This whole crap is deep, man. Like, not only are you living for yourself, but you're living for someone else. Everything that you do revolves around that person that you are with. So every move that you make, everything that you do is very important. It's crucial, man. And I think that when two people come together, they need to come together as whole individuals. Not that, you know, you complete me. Like, really? You should have been completed before I met you.
I think you're taking that
I'm just saying.
A little overboard. Because they could just be that part that was missing that they didn't even know that was missing.
Which is what? A good laugh?
That like the yin to my yang.
What is that?
What do you mean?
I know what it is.
Exactly.
You're like, what do you? Oh no.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Yin to your yang. Interesting.
Yeah. So I don't know if. And by the way, I like that line. You complete me. From Jerry Maguire.
Tom Cruise.
Yep. But we're now next podcast. Movie trivia. But I do think that the person has to be in a good enough place within themselves when they're going into a relationship. Right. Because if you're very broken, then all you're doing is sucking somebody else into your problems.
Exactly.
So that's the only thing.
And I think for the most part in this particular situation with Will and Jada, I mean, again, we look at them, or people have looked at them and have gone like, oh, that's a great relationship. You know, parents, and they've been together for so many years and everything is great until boom, this comes out. Mm-hmm. Right? All of that.
Yeah, because you know it's funny? The only thing that, if you're talking about Will and Jada, the only thing that they had a little controversy about over the years was about their parenting.
Yeah, that was pretty much it.
Was about the kids.
But other than that,
nobody ever really questioned their love or affection for each other because they seemed like a perfect couple.
Everyone looked up to them until we realized that, you know, people are not saints. People have problems. And it just takes one thing to actually, you know, bring it out to light.
Apparently.
That's pretty much it. So for me, I'm just like, this is a really, you know, this is one of those topics that's crazy. But, you know, in the end, you know, you're with that person, you know, you're with someone. Your communication needs to be on point. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, you need to be honest with your partner, with anything and everything that you're thinking, feeling, wrong, good. It doesn't matter. You need to be upfront with your partner so your partner understands where you are at. Because I honestly believe that if you don't know that I am upset with you, if you don't know that there is something bothering me when it comes to something that you do, have done, whatever it is, then you're going to think everything is fine, hunky-dory. And then for me, depending on how obviously the person is, I should say the person, they're going to go and, you know, feel upset, bothered, pissed off, whatever it is. Mm-hmm. Because there's no communication. It sucks. Again, we're going to piss each other off. We're going to disappoint each other.
I said, I love you. I don't have to like you all the time.
Well, I feel the same way.
I know.
I feel the same way.
Feelings mutual.
Yes.
I know.
When you sleep at night, that pillow comes close to your face. So either way.
And then I'm halfway there when I wear my what I call my blinders, but I think over my eyes.
Either way, there needs to be communication, man. Honestly, if there's something's wrong, something's happening, you guys need to sit down and fix it. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be hard as shit, but you still have to go through it together, and that is the point. I don't know. Again, I can't speak for everyone else, and obviously our relationship is not perfect because we go through our own shits and we want to kill each other. Hell, you know, luckily that that window doesn't have a gate on it. You could fly out easily. No,
no, I had to actually look.
Either way, you know, it really boils down to, just being open and honest with your mate. I mean, that's pretty much it.
And being open and honest with themselves.
Right.
Like,
and
take a responsibility for their part of it.
Whatever it is that you need to deal with yourself, your partner won't know until you tell your partner.
Fess up.
Yeah. And your partner hopefully will be supportive and get you through it and everything else. But if I tell you this right now, Lou, if you need to find yourself and it's because of a penis, then most likely
that doesn't mean I'm finding myself. That means I'm finding a penis.
Yeah. Well, you can. I mean,
exactly. It's bullshit. It's a bullshit reason.
I'll still do the podcast with you. It's not a problem.
Imagine. Oh my gosh.
So again, that's pretty much it for tonight, man. I mean, we can go on for hours and hours and hours, but the reality is, if you're in a relationship, man, talk it out, man. Communicate. Let your partner know what you're thinking, what you're feeling. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be hard as shit, and you pretty much have to deal with it together. That's the only way. If you can't deal with it together, then you might as well just leave each other. I mean, it's as simple as that. There's no reason to be in a shitty relationship, a problem, a relationship where you can't be yourself, where you can't, love yourself and everything else in between. Is no point of being in it. I want to be married till the day I die, but at the same time, if that is not to be for us because of whatever reason it is in the future, then so be it. I mean, that's pretty much it. I'm not going to go through a Will and Jada. I'm not going to do that.
I agree with that.
I am not going to have you see some guy named July or something like that.
Here we go. Or just September. Saying. No, but we spoke about this before, and my thought, and this is like, because I know we're getting to the hour mark.
Oh, it's past
actually, we're a little over the hour mark. But anyway, long story short, I believe in the fact that marriage obviously is something sacred, and I could be considered very old school about this, but I think it's very sacred, and I don't think that if another person was, like you say, catch your eye, or you want the penis, or whatever you want to call it, then that's when our marriage is done. Because I feel like there's no coming back from that. I think that's, it's really messed up. So I would think that is a lack of respect for you. It's a lack of respect for our marriage. It's a lack of respect for our relationship and what we built. I just think that it would be over. So, yeah, that's not happening. You're not getting rid of me. Def do us part, God, baby.
Dang it, bitch. Abominable. Son of a
bitch.
All right, man. Either way, that's it for tonight, man. It's a little too much. I'm exhausted just thinking about it.
So don't forget.
I don't want to think about it too much anyway.
Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already.
Do that. Subscribe below. You see the little thing just right on the right side. On the right side, the bottom.
And for real side note. Thank you guys for all the group chatting on the live.
Pretty deep.
Wow.
Pretty deep.
This is probably a record.
Probably not.
No, I think that's the most comments, like, going back and forth. Like, it was like we're having a group conversation at this point. It's pretty cool.
Hey, if you haven't done so, let your friends know. Subscribe. Tell them to jump on our page. Subscribe. We are looking to get 100 followers, so that way we could get our custom URL. That's a definite. Again, if you haven't seen any of the other episodes, feel free. Check out our website, goodtalksnyc.com. You'll see all the episodes that we've recorded so far. Some funny, sad,
some bad,
entertaining. Yeah,
bad
all
talk.
the good stuff. All the good stuff, rather. And check us out on Instagram, goodtalks_NYC. Again, subscribe below. Get your friends. Pull them out. I don't know. Do something.
Hustle them up.
Yeah, whatever it is. Just do something.
Good talks.